2 weeks ago tomorrow, actually 2 weeks ago today, I was walking out the door to go to work.
Yes, you were.
I'm videoing for my YouTube channel.
Say it again.
I'm videoing for my YouTube channel. She said she's sorry. You can come be in the video. 2 weeks ago today, I was walking out the door to go to work, and the garage door opener would not open. And it's one where the circuit board has been bad on it for many years already. The lights wouldn't work on it. It's probably original to the house, which I think is around 2003. So after some deliberation, I decided to replace it. It was hard to decide. I'm kind of a see how things work type person, so I decided to try this new style garage door opener. It's the LiftMaster 98022 with a battery, which frankly we're not going to need. Has Wi-Fi, wall mount. So it came from, I got it from Amazon. It came in a giant box, so this could just flop around inside the box. I don't understand that. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to pull the instructions out and figure out what I don't know, and we'll install this. Alrighty, so got two packages here. We have the user guide, which I'm assuming does not talk about installation, but we'll see. And we've got installation stuff. So let's open it up, see what we've got. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Set 44, it says. Safety warnings. You could hurt people. So we post that out there so the kids know not to play. Alright, and it looks like it just has a step-by-step, so step one, planning. So I gotta have, this is one of the things I was worried about. I gotta have an electrical outlet within 6 inches, 6 feet. Mine's probably 8. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna put one in over there. We have two garage doors kind of on a 90 degree to each other. I'm gonna put an outlet for each one, because I'm anticipating needing to do this again shortly. So step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So I'm gonna look this over. I'll let you know what else I learned. Alrighty, the purpose of this video is just to help you decide if you want a side mount garage door opener or not. When my garage door opener quit, I just wanted somebody smart to say, hey, this is worth it. And so time will tell, obviously, but we're going to film some of the installation. So the instructions have a couple of limitations. Doors that use, this garage door opener is compatible with doors that use a torsion bar and a spring. Check. The torsion bar must be 1 inch. Check. Not compatible with reverse wound drums. 4 to 6 inch drums. Not compatible with tapered drums over 6 inches. It's compatible with high lift doors up to 54 inches and high and standard lift sectional doors up to 14 feet high. Doors up to 18 feet wide. Mine's exactly 18 feet wide. And doors up to 180 square feet. So we just need to do some preliminary checking. So first thing I'm going to check, it says check the seal on the bottom of the door. Any gap between the floor and the bottom of the door must not exceed 1/4 inch. We look good. We've got just a little bit of a gap on that corner, but I think it's the seal. It says lift the door halfway up, release the door. If balanced, it should stay in place, supported entirely by its springs. Doors heavier than 650 pounds should not fall or open rapidly. I'm guessing this door does not weigh 650 pounds. Hard to say. Halfway up. We might tighten that spring a little bit, but it does stay there. Okay. And then we'll do some measuring over here. This is where I'm going to mount the wall mount, because if this works out, I'm going to put another one up there when that one fails. Okay, so the torsion bar needs to be more than 3 inches down from the ceiling. It is. It needs to protrude at least, or it needs to be mounted at least 2.5 inches from the wall. It is. We're 3.5. And then if you count that, we're 4 3/4. Torsion bar needs to be a minimum of 8.5 inches from another wall. We got plenty of room, no obstructions. The torsion bar must extend more than 1.5 inches. We've got plenty of room there, 3 inches. The drum size, we talked about that already. Looks like a 4-inch drum. It's not tapered, it's not reverse wound. Oh, the last thing is to check the torsion bar and make sure that it turns smoothly, that it's not moving, jiding back and forth. It's in good shape. So I think we're good to start the installation. The other limit is that you have to have a outlet within 6 feet of the garage door opener. So I'm going to have to put an outlet there because my other one is slightly more than 6 feet away. Here are the bits for the side mount, wall mount, LiftMaster garage door. That's the motor unit. There's a light and wireless module, and then a bunch of stuff, including a backup battery. Oh, that's the lock. There's a garage lock. So the first step is to take that guy and the motor and get them ready to go. All right, it says, step 1, attach the collar to the motor shaft with the set screws facing out. Tighten the screws to the motor shaft, tighten 1/4 to 1/2 turn after making contact with the motor shaft. Piece cake. So here's the collar. Part of this is going to connect on this shaft. The other one's going to connect on the, I can't remember what we called that before. Okay. It doesn't say specifically which one of these. Actually do both, I guess. Okay, so it makes contact right there. Makes contact right there. I'm going to go 1/4 to 1/2 turn. It's not very much. It's not the American way. All right. Now for a bracket, and actually we can just hang that right on the torsion shaft, what's that thing called? Torsion bar. So my understanding is now this could just hang on the torsion bar. There's a bracket on the other side that will go onto the wall. Next step is to mount this bracket. So we mounted the collar. This bracket goes on here like that. So these holes, those oval holes, will go on the wall. The adjustable slide holes will go on the unit. And it says attach it loosely, which we can do. Alright, so we're going to hang this on the torsion bar for now. This is probably the riskiest time, because if I drop it, I'm going to wish I had it. And it says make sure the collar does not touch the bearing on the torsion bar. So I'm just going to tighten this up. Besides a hornet's nest right there. Hung that on the torsion bar, tightened up those little bolts, and we're just going to bolt this in and use the adjustment to keep it level with the wall. I was incorrect. It wants us to level it this way. So I'm guessing so the motor doesn't bind when it turns. So I need to, the bottom needs to come out a quarter. First bolt in, and we're level. So I'll just drive the other one in. All right, now we'll go tighten that guy up. All right, we're all mounted. So far, that's been dang easy. The hardest part was finding the right bolts for the bracket, literally. So the handle came already tied on the bottom like that. Put it high enough that most normal people could reach it, but not the kiddos, not the grandkids that we don't have yet. This is the door lock. So I'm guessing that motor unit up there just free spins when it's not engaged or something. So it has a template, and then it has this door lock mechanism, and it connects to the control up there. There's just a pin that goes through your rail here to stop the door. So it's going to mount out here. It says mount it. Ideally, it said most installations an inch or two above the third roller is where you want to put it. So 1, 2, 3. So I'll put that sticker right on there. We'll drill our holes, mount it up. And the mounting holes are both 5/16, and then the hole for the bolt, the dead bolt, is 3/4. Okay, well, let's see. Let's find the hardware and see. So these screws that are bolt screwing this thing on are just flat. They sit inside the track there. That looks pretty good. So it's going to electrically lock under normal conditions. You can also manually lock it. All right, the next step is install the MyQ LED remote light. Must be installed to enable the use of timer to close or MyQ smartphone control of the door. That's all Greek to me. The light must be visible if you are standing in the doorway of the garage. Install the light within 6 feet of an electrical outlet so that the cord and the light are away from moving parts. The light has been factory programmed to operate with your opener. So it looks like there's some drywall screws, drywall anchors, and then some screws. Control within sight of the garage door, out of reach of small children at a minimum height of 5 feet above the floor, landings, or other adjacent walking surface. Wire to the garage door opener and attach a placard. So it came with this wire. I had to strip the ends of it, and we'll just hook it up. Hang this on the wall. Take the old garage door opener down. If I can figure it out. The next step is to hook up the safety sensors. And there's one for each side of the garage door. One has a longer section of wire, and one has a shorter section. The shorter section of wire will go on the side where the opener is. These are really simple clips that just clip on the garage door, and you can mount them on your wall instead if you prefer that. They need to be the same height in order for them to catch, and so we'll measure that. To hook up different things to the box. So this is the control, the push button to open and close the garage. The wire, I found a clue. The wires are color coded. So the controller wire is red and white. One of the protection sensors is black and white, and the other one's going to be, I don't know, green. No, both the protection wires are black and white, so maybe I'll use the same holes. That's what I'm going to do. All right, we've got all the wires hooked up. Red and white is the controller. 2 whites, 2 blacks are the safety things. This is the lock. And then I hooked up the battery. And then you put it in programming mode to set based on the weight of your door and the size of your drum. So I'm just going to measure that, make sure it is a 4-inch drum. And I've got it set for a 4-inch drum. Just follow the directions on setting that. And then you set the up travel and down travel, and then pressure. working. Yeah, just a lot of cleanup on the wiring. And I got a wire outlet up there. Right now I've got an extension cord to the middle of the garage. All right, just one last follow-up video and tell you how this is going. I think this has been installed for around 8 months or so. This one is a LiftMaster. Super easy to install. Just removed all the old hardware from the old one. I like that a lot. The only problem I've had with this is that torsion bar, the bolts that go into that torsion bar have come loose a little bit. And so you go to open the garage door and it won't loosen. So the third time I put some Loctite on them, and so far so good. I really like it, works good. And I mentioned in the video that I suspected this other one would go out. It did. So the first garage door opener that failed was a circuit board. This one was actually a mechanical failure. Gears, like a chain gear, broke off the motor. And so that prompted a replacement. I like this first one enough that I replaced it with this one. Different brand, LiftMaster for the first one. And the second one's Chamberlain. Probably, they look like they look identical. One of them was about $100 cheaper. They both have blackout batteries for power loss. So would I recommend it? If you can afford it, I would highly recommend it. If money's your primary driver, better stick with the old style and just buy the cheapest one you can get.